Hi, welcome to Robyn's Roost. It's kind of the dark of night right now, but I wanted to get this video made. It's been a couple weeks since I've done one. I had a little stupidity accident, stuck my hand in between my two dogs who were fighting over scraps and crumbs actually, and ended up with an infection. And I did even go in right away and get antibiotics, but it still went woo-woo on me and ended up in the hospital for 3 days. So it kind of set me back in time a little bit. So I actually have a normal hand again. It was swollen up like a balloon for a while. Anyways, I have a few fun cards to catch up on. And the one today is called a spanner card. So it uses this it wouldn't have to be a window sheet, but I'm using a window sheet to hold the two flaps together, and it opens up in two steps. So you have 1 and 2. Peek. So let's flip the camera and I'll show you how to make it. We're going to start with a standard card base that is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And we can just go ahead and fold that so that we can see where the fold is. Then what we're going to do is we're just going to cut 2 slits from the fold down to the end of the card, and those are going to be 1 1/4 inch wide. So I'm kind of working sideways here so that you can see this. So you're just going to line it up at 1 1/4 and then put your blade down right on the score line and go ahead and cut to the end, and then slide it over and do the same thing on this side. Put it at 1 1/4, and I'm gonna have to put my head in here just a hair, I think. Let's see, 1 1/4. Move this up to the score line. I like to start at the score line so that I don't overcut, and then just go ahead and cut to the end. And that'll give you your little flappies. Now I've already cut the layers, but you're going to need 4 mats that are 1 inch by 4 inch, and you can do those in whatever colors you want. You're going to need 4 pieces of designer series paper in your chosen pattern that are 3/4 inch by 3 3/4, and these are going to layer on top of here. Then for your center, you're going to need a piece of matting paper in your chosen color that is 2 3/4 by 4 inches. And then your designer series paper that is going to be 2.5 by 3 3/4. And that's going to layer on top of there. And then the other pieces are going to go on the inside that I mentioned. They'll go inside. And then you're also going to need a piece of window sheet. This is the clear acetate, and that is going to be 5.5 inches long, and then kind of depending on what you want to do with it, but probably 1 inch wide or 1 1/4 inch wide. And this is actually going to be your spanner piece for your spanner card. So let's start putting our pieces together. First, we can layer everything up. And you can see I'm just using a single sheet of designer series paper, and I'm using both sides of it. And this is I'm going to have to go look. It's the Delightfully Eclectic pack Designer Series paper pack. So to position your inside strips, simply flip your flippy flaps up, and then you can center them in between. And then to do your spanner, you're just going to place it centered on your holding your flaps. And I'm using Stampin' Seal Plus. If you're using the regular Stampin' Seal, you might want to switch to either the Plus or some liquid glue or the tear and tape. Now I've die cut a piece of the Darling Details border. I think this is such a cool border because you can weave ribbon in it, and we're only going to use just this little piece of it, but I haven't cut it off yet because I want to make sure I have it positioned correctly. So I'm going to try to do this wavy trim in here. I'm not sure if it's going to work because it has a lot of ends. Not sure how hard it's going to be to weave in here. But I want it to work. We might have to cut the ends several times before we get it in. So it wasn't easy, but I got it. So we're going to trim the edges. And this is actually going to go right here. And we have a piece left over for our next card. I'm just going to kind of see where exactly I want to put this. I think up just a hair. Okay. Now we're going to stamp the greeting that I'm going to use, and I'm making a thank you card, so it is the thanks from the Silly Goose stamp set. And I'm going to use the 2 3/8 inch circle punch. which goes with the Circle Sayings bundle. He's going to go right here, and we could leave him just plain, but I think I'm going to give just a little bit of color to the thank you sign, and I want to do that with some colored pencils. Let's see, I have Melon Mambo. I want to see which pinks I have here, or Flirty Flamingo. I think we're going to go with the Flirty Flamingo. And I just want to give it just a little bit of color, because we have all the pretty pinks in our cardstock on our card. And we're going to leave our goose white. He's just going to be a white goose. Are you a dark color or a light color? I always was super light. As a kid, I always wondered how everybody got their colors so dark, and mine were always light. And then let's give him some pumpkin pie feet, right? Some kind of orangey feet and beak. Now another fun thing you can do with your coloring is you can go back with a Wink Stella, which is a glitter brush, and it will kind of smooth out your pencil lines, and it will make it glittery. I don't know if we want shiny feet, but and then we're just going to pop him up there. And I think he needs some kind of sparkle yet. And I have found some pastel adhesive backed sequins. So we've got some pink. I wanted some more pink. I'm not usually a pink girl, but for some reason I'm in the mood today. And let's just throw a couple of these on here. I want some of the bigger ones too. Actually, I think I might put them all up in that corner. Usually I spread them out a little bit more than this, but I think I'm going to put them all up right up here. Like that. Oh, maybe two more on the bottom. Just so we had a little bit more sparkle on here. So you see the card flips up once and then twice, and then you can put your greeting in the middle here. And I'm going to leave this one blank for now because I think this is going to be a thank you card for a customer. And I have a special thank you stamp for that. So hope you enjoyed this spanner card, and give it a try with your favorite designer series paper and colors. Thanks for stopping by at the Roost, and have a great day.